Hello, I'm Cat, and today I'm interviewing Danny Gray and Kipp Kingdom to learn more about the video they made.
Yeah, I'm Danny Gray, and I've been on the furry fandom for or I think like 12 years now, and yeah, I started like video editing like when I was in high school when I was doing some back in high school for doing a bunch of just short films and like commercials and stuff like that. Then over the years, I began when I get to college, I started to like work on some more small videos as well for smaller projects. And as I get more involved with the furry fandom, yeah, and I made some animations for animated videos for the Undertale comics, which I've found on Tumblr. Then I also found like an audio fans like doing audio dubs for them, and so I've mixed them together and animated like those comics into like a video form. And when I uploaded to YouTube, it gotten like more up to like around like a million views, because that was the time when the that was the time when the Undertale fandom was like getting as its peak, like it's getting more popular. And yeah, people started recognizing me. But then eventually, I've done some smaller projects for people. I used to be on ZNN, Zootopia News Network, which is like a fan made like website where like they post any news for anything Zootopia related and all that stuff. So yeah, then and in 2021 I started playing VRChat, and then I eventually had an idea to make videos out of it. Like I've been I've been enjoying like Boy Pablo's songs around that time, and I've been wanting to make a video out of those songs into VRChat. So like in October, I've eventually made my first music video, Ready/Problems by Boy Pablo, and I did that pretty much all by myself. Like like while performing, I was just like while performing, I was just controlling the camera with my one stick. So yeah, that's all and done entirely by me. And yeah, then after that, that's when Furality Legends started, and I made a video for that as well. So yeah. But yeah, and after like I made a couple of videos back in like end of 2021, Brimstone contacted me if I should make a videos for the Furality Mini Showcase. And yeah, and so I did 3 videos for them. And yeah, those videos are done entirely by myself, because I use there are mods at the time that I can just clone myself into like different avatars, and they just stay in the world. Yeah, that's what I use. And after submitting those videos, those have getting more popularity, especially the pie one, which is definitely the most popular one up until now. Yeah. After that, EAC went happened, and I couldn't like use mods anymore, so I had to rely on people to be like extras for my recent video productions. So at the end of 2022, I formed my own group called Danny Gray Productions, where all my actors who who wanted to be in part of my videos can join in whenever they're available and all that. And yeah, ever since then, I made the technical difficulties one for Luma Festival, Finn versus the brushes, like Furality Under Siege. So yeah, which is like this actually like my very first like actual like short film. So it's not like a music video. It's actually like a 10-minute long short film. Like originally it was supposed to be like a 3-minute skit as a technical difficulty if like there's something going on with the Furality stream. So but then it get expanded into this like epic 10 minutes short film, and with all like the stunts and choreography and all that. So yeah, that received like a lot of attention during Luma Festival, especially like at the closing ceremony. So yeah, and after came to me if they wanted to do like collab music video for his upcoming single at the time, Snow in Sweden. So yep. So yeah, I went so yeah, we went back and forth like for the ideas for what the video's gonna be, and eventually we shoot it along with Whispers and Kipp right here created like these two characters for the for that video that also leads up to the golden hour. So yeah yeah. And then after that I made for Silva, I made 2 videos for the community showcase back in Silva, which first is Be Mine, which is like all the Tatums along with my friend group. It's sort of like a sequel for Tatum Beach from like last year, but yeah. But yeah, it's definitely Tatum Beach too. And then of course Golden Hour, which is pretty cool. This video yeah, there's more story, but yeah, the story is more expanded than the last video. So yeah, that's all my recent work up until like the Silva community showcase.
How did you make sure that your video can bring an emotional impact to the audience, to let the audience feel what you want them to feel?
Pretty much just like doing a lot of like editing while editing those the video. I was like doing like a lot of like editing choices that I've been going back and forth editing that video to like just to get the right like emotional response for the audience. In Snow in Sweden, the story is leaning more towards Quincy, the white fox, but in Golden Hour the story is more leaning towards Diego, this guy right here. So yeah, so I thought that it'd be great to like show like both sides of their relationship and how they eventually not together anymore and all that, which really adds a lot to those who've already seen the Snow in Sweden video. But even though those who haven't seen the Snow in Sweden video, at least people get an idea of like what's going on and all that. And been doing like a lot of like editing choices, and this like nostalgic being look like they're these 2 character lovers, like they're going through like a amusement park, they're really enjoying like the rides and stuff. It's like a really good memory, like it's like set like during golden hours and all that. So, and when it comes at the end, and what comes in, that'll hit the audience. So yeah, the scene like at the end kind of like a huge contrast from what was going on like at the beginning of the video. Like they're all having fun. Diego found like, because it was like cheating on him, the whole video turns like 180. And then I was thinking like reusing when like Diego slaps Quincy in the Twins video to this one, but then I added like this like sort of like this quick flashback, but it's all like sped up, like it's like going through like all the memories, like you're and that really hit the audience so hard. After that, like there's this end scene where Diego's just alone in a dark room with a piano and which light shining above him, and is all alone, which is very fitting for like with the song that I chose, Golden Hour, because it ends like on a sad note with the piano solo. So I found this world on Twitter, and when we shot there, that really gives this overwhelmingly like lonely feeling that Diego's like all alone, like all these like happy memories are now like gone to waste, like his relationships now. I'm glad that people responded to the way I've intentionally edited it, because after multiple viewings, like during editing, I was kind of like desensitized that maybe this is not like the emotional moment, or maybe I should like add more stuff, maybe add like cut out some bit of stuff. But at the end, when I submitted the final version to the showcase, everyone was just yeah, cry effect is really effective. I'm super proud of that the feedback that I've been getting, like a lot of people who've seen it, so yeah, especially those who've been to that relationship on their part of their lives. So yeah, which really hits the nail on.
With such a huge project, how did you manage to find different actors and make them work with each other and schedule the filming?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah. The first time that I've was looking for actual actors was back in last year, which is the chicken yodel video. That's actually when I really need like actors, because I no longer have mods anymore to just do the videos just by myself. So that's where we get actors, and thanks to Kipp, he brought like his community to help out with me to finish this video, since that video is for part of the MFF community showcase like last year, and managed to finish that on time. And yeah, and after we did like a couple of videos last year, we decided to form a group, form a Discord server where all the actors can like come together. Whenever I want to schedule a shoot for a certain day, I can just make a ping on the Discord server if they're gonna be available, so and they'll know what time's gonna be, and yeah, and also give a little bit of insight of what what to expect, or what do they need to put on, like full body, does they need like stunts or dancing and all that, or just like accept everybody, even like desktop users, so we can at least like fill the scene with like a lot of actors. So yeah, it's been great to like have this group of actors who are like really looking forward to come to me and help us out, like making these videos by just pinging them whenever they're available. They can just come by and help out. And actors can also, like on our Discord server, they can assign themselves a role, like if they have full body or not, or if they're like a dance performer, stunt performer, or and also if they have like face tracking as well, if they want like a facial tracker or Quest Pro. So that, which is very helpful, like when I need like look for like certain skills or skills for certain actors for when we do something for video. So yeah, it's been very helpful so far. So
Do you do storyboards?
actually, very rarely do storyboards. Like the only time I've done storyboards was like on the Snow in Sweden video when I have to like want to like present like my ideas to Whispers, which he is trying to like commission me and wants to collab with me, and so I just took some pictures with Kipp with this like early version of his characters using the same worlds that ended up in the final video, and yep, those ended up as like a guide to what the video's gonna be and all that. So yeah. Other than that, I just rarely do storyboards. Like I also like imagine like scenes on and shots on my head already. Like I've whenever like yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when I do a music video, like I listen to a song like over and over again. It's whenever I listen to, I already storyboarded like inside my head already. So, and well, it would be helpful to like get a storyboard out of them. It's I feel like it's more easier for me just keep just keep them on my head and all that, and just communicate to my actors or how this scene or shot's gonna be and all that.
Do you use VRCLens to film?
Oh yeah, I do use VRCLens a lot. It's ever since like the my very first music video. The only occasions that I don't use VRCLens was when I have the mod for camera animations, because that doesn't use VRCLens. It just uses the regular VRChat camera and it can actually move like around in the world, but that's no longer a thing anymore. So I'm pretty much just relying on VRCLens, and especially with the drone mode where I can just like fly the camera like anywhere I want. I kind of like sort of like sort of like doing a similar style of what camera animations used to do, but I'm just all doing it manually with with my VR controls and all that. And the actors are just like the actors are just doing their own thing, while me, I'm just like moving the camera around all that. So yeah.
For me, I mostly just use the default VRChat camera. I only use VRCLens if necessary. But I also understand that VRCLens is a really powerful tool.
Yeah. The VRChat camera is like ever since like they updated VRChat camera, they added like a lot of good features like the drone mode, like the depth of field, focus, mask, and all that. It's been improved than what the VRChat camera used to be, where it's just like this massive camera where you half the time you can't like select the buttons and stuff, and now the VRChat camera is actually kind of like works like a smartphone camera, which has been very helpful. But yeah, so I stick with VRCLens, was not only because it has better drone controls, but it also removes like the post processing in worlds like the bloom and such. Because I can add in post on the result all as color grading, so it doesn't like look too oversaturated or overblown. I can just control like how bright an object, how bright or dark an object's gonna be, and also like change some of the colors. So just to get to the right mood of what's this video's gonna be and all that. So yeah.
Is there any features that you would love VRCLens to have?
Uh definitely would be camera animations. Like I really missed using camera animations when I had mods like back in the day. So I was hoping like maybe the maker of VRCLens, or at least someone who could mod VRCLens, to have camera animation, so I can just so I don't have to like worry about like just manually moving my camera, because sometimes because sometimes my stick would drift, and there are times that I might be pointing the camera in the wrong direction, so I have to like do a couple takes over and over again. So yeah, camera animations would be definitely very very helpful to at least to make camera movements and smooth and set, and also and already set the framing for what how I want to like frame my shots and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, when I use VRCLens, I always find it hard to do things like zoom in or zoom out, or sometimes even change the focus. The radio menu kind of works, but it's also pretty hard for me to do things in the more detailed way.
Yeah, because everything on VRCLens is pretty much controlled by the expressions menu. You know, aside from the focus, we can actually like point your finger on the viewfinder and all that. Everything else is pretty much just controlled on the expression menu, which is pretty much the limitation, because VRCLens is a avatar add-on. And I also like to add, hoping that VRCLens would have support for like game controllers as well, so I can just instead of like using my VR controllers to control VRCLens, but I can also use like my Xbox control, so I can have more buttons to like adjust stuff on VRCLens and have it like you know have, more control over it. So yeah, so hopefully someone will be able to make that happen.
What program do you use to do the video editing?
I use DaVinci Resolve for editing. I used to use Sony Vegas for editing, and the reason I moved to DaVinci Resolve was I I kept crashing a lot on Vegas, and I'm kind of getting tired of like dealing with that anymore. So I was looking to go to Adobe Premiere, but however that's kind of locked to a subscription, and so my best option would be DaVinci Resolve. And yeah, it took me a while to like to learn like all the ins and outs of DaVinci Resolve, and eventually yeah, I've gotten used to it, that it's pretty much my main editing program nowadays. And yeah, and it has like a lot of features, even in the free version, the non-studio version it always has all the features that you need just to do video editing. Like it has Fusion, which you do like visual effects. It's fun to figure out once you get to it. And then there's Furality, which is like a kind of like Adobe Audition, so you can pretty much like do some audio editing over there and some sound mixing and all that. It's pretty much a complete package of its own, even for the free version, which and the non-free version only has you locked out of like certain like effects and all that stuff. The free version gives all that you need to like get started on video editing, which is really really great. And the great thing is, if you buy the studio version, you get you get to keep it indefinitely. Like you don't have to like be paying it like every month or every year. So yeah, and you get unlimited all the feature updates for it. So yeah, it's been a really good program, and I rarely had like any crashes on DaVinci Resolve I ever had on Vegas. So yeah, it's really great.
My next question is for Kipp Kingdom. Do you have any tips when it comes to acting?
Oh, definitely. When it comes down to acting, for me, I would say the best thing to do is, we have the beauty of personal mirror now in VRChat. Have your personal mirror out, like I'll sometimes, use my whole bedroom to either do stunts for Danny or for other people and things like that. And I'll position my mirror on the far end of the room. That way I can see. Kind of like, think of like, you're in a dance studio and you have that giant mirror across the wall. Being able to see how you move and how you react, really, really helps you obviously, sell what you're doing. Because if you go in blind and, you trust your body with it and you trust your movements with it, if you don't have something to kind of see and work with there, you don't know what results you're going to get, And of course, a lot of it also relies on our director, being Danny for me most of the time. So he'll give me cues and hey, you want to try out this instead, or let's see how this looks, Like nobody realizes that it's more than one take. It typically takes, anywhere from 5 to 7, on an average, and most of those takes aren't going to make the cut because say they want something a little bit more emotionally driven or to go, just something that, on a whim, sometimes that one random take of just like, hey, let's see what happens if we do this is the one that goes through, but definitely for sure, like main thing is, have your personal mirror out, have something available so you can see what you're doing, because that helps out so much. Can definitely say that without a doubt.
Is there anything that you hope your avatar could have to improve the acting or expression?
Ooh, yeah. Definitely from my side, right now I don't have eye tracking. I have my face tracking and everything, and I just puppeteer, for my eyes and stuff like that. So definitely having a built-in face tracker would be great. We got the Quest Pro that's out now. And so since I have a face tracker, I have the index. And my face tracker, like the end of my index is right here, and the end of my face tracker is right there. So I have this huge, spot that I have to watch out when, I'm doing any punches or anything moving really quickly. I don't want to slap this. So you often see, like, Danny sees me always do this to make sure that I'm like, okay, it's right there, So definitely, like, in part of the avatar, obviously getting eye tracking and things like that, but also in part of the hardware, like having a built-in face tracker and eye tracker would be phenomenal instead of a piece hanging down. But definitely, I think, if it came down to it, if I had a little bit more, just smoothing built into it, that would be great. But it all just boils down to, the hardware mainly more than anything else on the software, like the avatar and stuff like that. So, built-in features, that would be nice.
So this question is for Danny. What is the hardest part of filming the video Golden Hour?
The hardest part of making Golden Hour is like pretty much like having like this like final vision for it, because as actually like kind of like running out of time to getting this video submitted for the showcase, and so I found the song Golden Hour very recently, and I've been wanting to do that video for the video, so I decided to do that. And it's because the song is like very recent, like I just discovered very recently, a year now. I didn't have a lot of time to like visualize what the final product's gonna be. So we pretty much like when we're like shooting the video, we just like make up scenes on the spot, like on the amusement park where we're in, where we just go to like all those different rides and all that, and yeah, we have
we
all
even had
these
some
actors.
scenes that never got used from it. You know, like the big music box
Yeah,
area and stuff like that. Like
yeah, we
there's a
had
lot of
some.
experiments.
Yeah, we did like a lot of experimenting and all. There are some scenes that didn't end up in the final video because, well, and it didn't like fit with the other scenes that we made,
Yeah.
so we ended up kind of scrapping that. But it's fine, like because the rest of the footage like looks good. Like I tried, like whenever like the actors are on the rides, they're enjoying their times on the amusement park, as trying my best to like get cool, getting some cool shots, especially for our main characters, the Quincy and so pretty much just kind of like making look pretty. Like it's pretty much like a because the whole thing is pretty much a happy memory of them like just enjoying the park up until like the end. And yeah, the ending I've already figured out like how it's gonna be because because I know because around the part of the song I already visualized what's how it's gonna be, especially now I came from finishing Snow in Sweden, so I've been wanting to continue their characters, like flesh out these characters like stories and their perspectives of their relationship. So yeah, so I've already pre-planned the ending. But other than that, like the ones they've on the amusement park, I didn't have like any much planning of that. I just like put these actors in this park and just like enjoy themselves. Yeah.
Danny had us on the part with the boat going back and forth for like 30 minutes when we were holding our hands up.
Yeah, that
and we were
was
like, oh, are we done?
This question is for you both. In terms of acting and filming, which shot is the hardest?
Definitely scenes that have to be choreographed between two actors, because VRChat we have delay. That has to be one of the hardest things that I think we've encountered, because you have to sync yourselves up, you know, to be able to function at the same time. So like we see, for example, Legends does a phenomenal job. Like they work through their syncing issues and, you know, you see it, everything looks perfect. But nobody realizes just how much delay there is in VRChat between, you know, each person because of where they live, what their internet is, are they wired, wireless, you know what I mean? Things like that. So whereas I can see me moving at the right time, it doesn't look like the right time. And so it's a lot of coordination and talking back and forth between, you know, the person you're working with, you, and of course your director, and, you know, who's filming as well too. So I think that would be honestly one of the biggest challenges, is just getting that, you know, syncing up.
Yeah, definitely syncing is like the most challenging, especially when you have two actors like interact together, and if we need to have them in sync. It takes a lot of fine tuning, like how early one's gonna be, and all that. So on my side, it looks like they're they're working at the same time. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge to like get them to sing. It takes like a couple of dozens of takes to get that right up until like you get that good take that. So
that, even going back to the boat, while we're all on the boat, we're at different times on the boat itself, so we're actually not synced up even when the boat's moving. Like the boat's moving at different times for all of us. So Danny's like in the background saying, you know, for one of us the boat's going forward while the boat, and so Danny's vision, it's a different move, and so okay, we're going forward, we're going back now, like here's your movements, you know, your hands in that direction, you know, things like that. Like
Do you have any advice for filming music videos?
pretty much just like whatever you imagine when you listen to a song, whatever like comes up in your head, you just like go for it. Like, just write. Yeah, just either just like write down your ideas like on paper, on or computer, or just like draw them, or maybe probably take some pictures. Either you're here in VRChat, like go to different worlds here in VRChat, or have a bunch of like people where a bunch of avatars that would fit for the video that you have have like sort of like an estimate of what you wanted the video to want to be. So, or you could just like imagine him all in your head and just
Yeah, those little music videos you got imagined in your head, you know, it's amazingly accessible these days to be able to make something out of it. You know, we have VRChat, we have our cameras. You know, you literally just pull it out and you're good to go. You know, take photos of yourself, make a still image of it. You know, or even just do some little recordings here and there, and you can start building it. You know, the biggest thing is, you know, just apply yourself, just start it. You know.
Yeah.
Experiment. That's the way. You know, have fun with it.
Experiment.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys would like to try in the future?
For me, I've actually wanted like to do like this like like a full length feature movie at some point. So which would be which definitely be take a long time to do, and there's gonna be a lot of like planning involved and commitment to that. But I really want to definitely want to make a feature film someday, and so secret.
Yes.
So secret. I'm doing some pre-production for this movie at the moment. So over like the next couple months, I'll be announcing what's gonna be all about and start actually shooting it, and hopefully get it done by a year, like before the next Furality. So
Voice acting
and
singing. I want to do more stunts. Stunts are a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
I want to bridge more into psychological horror stuff. Whisper.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I also wanted to do some more short films as well, like what I did for the technical difficulties one. So which is a lot of fun to do. So at least something to branch out of, just making music videos, and sometime in the future I'm probably branch out into making music videos in real life, and probably make movies on my own in real life. And so I have a lot of ideas, like not only in VRChat but also outside of it in the future. So
So many ideas, so little time.
Always right.
And I think that's it. Thanks for joining the interview. Yay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yes. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. Let's go.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Right,
you're welcome.
It's